What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Two for Two podcast, your sports podcast for the culture by the voices of the culture. I'm your host, Quis, and I'm here with my boy Nell as always. And we got another really good episode for y'all today. So stick with it and tune in as always. Season 3, episode 16. Nell, my brother, Sixers hoodie on today. Cowboys got
Always
a
repping,
this
always repping
weekend.
somebody.
How you feeling today, bro?
Feeling good, man. Holiday season.
Yes, sir.
Feeling good, man. Got a trip to Florida planned. So
My boy Nell
it's
gonna
a
be
good
outside.
week.
Man, if y'all see Nell at Club Live. Don't say nothing. Nah, right? I don't say nothing. But
I don't know if I'm gonna get that crazy this weekend, but
chill.
it's gonna
Yeah,
be a good time.
we ain't hitting nothing on Charger for the duel, so you know what I'm saying. You ain't got the duel money to fuel you while you out
Yeah,
there.
that's hasn't been good this year. Might be time to hang it up for good.
Yeah, put it away. That bury the betting, man. But we can just enjoy a lot of sports. And there's a lot of sports that we have enjoyed just this past week. We got a lot of good stuff coming up now. We're gonna jump right into it with our Monday night banger. Chiefs Eagles rematch from the Super Bowl where the Kansas City Chiefs and Pat Mahomes knocked off the Eagles. Last night, we saw a different type of ending. The Eagles pulled the victory out now. Give me your initial reactions, bro. Are the Eagles officially Super Bowl favorite? We talked about it a little bit before we started with the Eagles fans and how they feel, but how do we feel now? Are you like the Eagles look better, or did the Chiefs just kind of give it away? What you got?
I mean, obviously the drop touchdown pass at the end, like that's a huge play in the game, and as late as it was, obviously, even if they score on that play, Eagles would have had a chance with the ball back. Who knows? But it's the NFL. It's kind of just how it happens. You can't can't gloss over those things. But I think this does firmly put the Eagles as Super Bowl favorites. I mean, I kind of already thought they were beforehand. They've just been the most consistent team this season. Whether you want to look at their flaws, obviously, their secondary hasn't been great this year, but they shut out Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs at home. In Arrowhead, that's tough to do. Whether his weapons have been lackluster this year, and we've seen teams been able to kind of shut down the Chiefs in the second half. But you got to give the Eagles, still got to give them credit for going out and kind of winning games. They didn't have a great game offensively. Offensive line wasn't great. You didn't really see them dominate in the trenches the way we're accustomed to. Jalen Hurts got sacked a bunch of times in the first half, so they didn't play a great game offensively either, and to still come out with this win on the road, winning football games on the road, no matter how it's done, it's a hard thing to do. So, still being able to do that in a tough place like Arrowhead, you got to tip your caps to them. And, they look like the class of the NFL right now.
Yeah, I mean, we said it before on the pod, man. The Eagles they're finding ways to win. I mean, that's the tale of a true champion to me. Even when it didn't look great, the AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts connection was not what we had seen. I think he had one catch for 8 yards. I
Yep.
mean, you know, if you would have told me that was the final stat line for him, you would have told me Jalen Hurts threw for less than 200. I probably would have probably told you they probably lost the game. But I mean, what they did do was they made it hard for the Chiefs. They adjusted at halftime, something that a lot of people talked about they should have done or didn't do enough of in the Super Bowl loss, right? And they got it done. Um, when I at least we talked about it last week when I was saying I thought the Eagles would win this game because I thought it would be a little bit sharper. I thought they would dominate time possession. I thought that they would be able to get the ground game going. I mean, DeAndre Swift finally, we see him back getting the ball, getting a lot of touches. We see what he does with the ball in his hands. He changed that team. I mean, if you can't throw the ball, but you can run it as well as they did when, or rather run it as well as they did when they needed to. They got a lot of big plays when they needed it. The Chiefs were the sloppier team. Travis Kelce fumble. Pat Mahomes interception and 5 drops, including the last one that we just talked about. I mean, you're gonna lose games like that, and that's exactly what I was saying. I feel like the Chiefs are more inclined to doing something like that, especially in a regular season game, as opposed to the Eagles. I mean, the clear thing for me, the only thing that I worry a little bit about when I'm thinking about the Eagles and their Super Bowl aspirations is that Jalen Hurts knee definitely looks like it's a little messed up. Like you can tell Jalen Hurts doesn't quite look like himself. But at the end of the day, the thing that I think keeps them as the favorite for me is just the simple fact that, like I said, they can pull out a game in any type of way. He didn't throw the ball well, but they won. He didn't look great even running the ball, but they won. The play calling is still like, what are you doing? You know, sometimes like it was one possession specifically. They had a 3rd and 1 early in the game and they didn't run the tush push. I'm like, run the tush push. It works every other time. And then from there on, the rest of the game, every 3rd and 1, every 4th and short, every goal down and distance, tush push, and it works. So my thing for the Eagles is just they got to stay healthy. We talked about that last year. They were fortunate enough to be the healthiest team in the NFL, and Jalen Hurts is he's gutting it out and he's winning games. He's a true leader. So I hope he stays healthy for their chances. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Chiefs Eagles in the Super Bowl, man. That game, it looked like, it wasn't like the traditional Monday night game or primetime games between some teams that aren't that great where it's just ugly back and forth. Like that was a true chess match, talent on talent. Kevin Byers stepped up for the Eagles as well. And people, rose to the occasion. It was a great game overall. Eagles put it out, but I think the Chiefs will be gunning for it. And what better way to sell a Super Bowl than for it to be a trilogy of sense, a trilogy of sorts when it gets to that time, later on in the year now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this definitely has a chance to be a Super Bowl rematch. We'll see if the Chiefs can get through. I'm kind of like you said, I'm worried about their weapons right now. I said, it's hard. All the success they had over the last couple of years, it's hard to expect them to get to the Super Bowl every single year.
Yeah,
This could be the year, but I mean, looking at the rest of the AFC, it's like I don't really see another team that's head and shoulders above them. So they're definitely probably. I mean, you could say Baltimore too, but
but that's
we'll talk
probably
about
it.
them soon. With them losing Mark Andrews, is that's going to be a tough loss for them.
Yeah. So I mean, and to the point of the fans loving that matchup, just came across the phone. That was the most watched Monday Night Football game in over 25 years. They had 28.9 million total viewers on that game. So if you think the NFL wouldn't love that for a Super Bowl, the people in the business department, they ask them what they would like to see. That'd be an easy sell. But you said it, man. You prefaced the Ravens. We had another game in prime time Thursday night. We're not fans of Thursday night football over here. If y'all remember back to when me and Walt was doing this thing, Walt
I'm a
couldn't
fan,
stand
though.
Thursday
I'm a
night.
fan.
I'm not.
I'm a fan. I look. Give me football Monday through Sunday if you can.
I can't I can't
I'm selfish with my sport. So
can't get with it, man. It because of what we saw on Thursday. Granted, freakish injuries can't really do much about it. But Joe Burrow and Mark Andrews are both now out for the Ravens and the Bengals for the rest of the year. Slim chance for Mark Andrews to return, but highly doubt it. Injured early on the first drive of the game. Joe Burrow with the wrist injury said he felt it pop now. I mean, at this point, looking out, um, looking forward, I guess, for the Bengals that, I told you stay off the bandwagon. As soon as you jump back on, you see what happens. You're too heavy for them. They can't carry you with them. But the Ravens now, AFC team, a contender, team that we looked at as the favorite to come out of AFC North. They lose their big guy. Trusted target for Lamar Jackson. That's a big weapon to lose now. Can they bounce back from this? Or what do you think?
yeah, that's going to be tough. I'm not too sure about that. They've got some solid weapons, and we've seen them. They've been getting it done, for most of this year. Uh, but like when you talk about them going up against the Chiefs, lack weapons too. But they at least got one guy that we trust, can get open, and that's Travis Kelsey. And I think on the Ravens, the one guy that we really trusted to get open and make plays and be a safety blanket for Lamar Jackson was Mark Andrews. So now that you don't have that, you have to rely on guys like Zay Flowers, who's been playing pretty well this year, but again he's rookie. Odell Beckham, who had his best game in a long time by far. Can he kind of keep that level up? It's been like slow would be an understatement, to
Yeah,
describe, the start to the year for him. It's been pretty much non-existent. So if they can get, kind of the level of production they got out of him this past Thursday, that's definitely going to help moving forward. But, I think missing Mark Andrews is going to be a huge piece of that offense. They're already missing their number one running back. Gus Edwards is their leading rusher now. Lamar's doing a lot, to keep this team in contention. I just don't know if those weapons can hold up to make a Super Bowl run.
yeah, it'll be tough. I mean, however, the one thing that I do think the Ravens have in their favor is that their backup tight end has gotten some very meaningful snaps in the NFL. I mean, Isaiah Likely, remember last year he came onto the scene and he had this, he was putting on for a couple weeks. Um, but the good thing, like you said, though, they do have Lamar Jackson. It appeared late in that game, the Odell Beckham connection kind of, started to take shape. But that's going to be really important. I mean, the run game is going to have to become even bigger of an emphasis for this team. Lamar using his legs, Gus Edwards, Keaton Mitchell, oh man, what's the other guy's name? Justice Hill. Like all of those guys are gonna have to really help this team out because Mark Andrews is the ultimate security blanket for Lamar. I mean, every week he's good for 4 or 5 catches, 40 to 60 yards of big plays. And in some games, he's the guy that makes it easier for Zay Flowers, easier for Odell Beckham, easier for Lamar Jackson to maneuver the pocket. So without him, it'll definitely be tough. Um, but I think on the other side, man, looking at the Bengals, they're cooked, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much stick a fork in my Super Bowl team. It just wasn't the year for him. I mean, going all the way back to training camp when Joe Burrow first got hurt and tweaked that calf, got off to a slow start, and now you got the wrist injury. Now you're going to be starting,
Bigger Brown.
undrafted quarterback, yeah, like from out of Washington. So not much hope. You're already you're in the toughest division in football, and you're already last in it. I'm not sure what their division record is. It might be 0-3.
They
They
lost.
lost
Yeah, they lost twice to the Ravens. They lost
and they
once.
lost to the Browns. So I mean, you've pretty much got like no shot at the division. So it's tough, and hopefully for the Bengals, they just try to invest in that offensive line and try to keep Burrow safe. I mean, he's gone through a ton of injuries, so far in his early career with the Bengals, and the two times he's been healthy, he's got them to deep
Yeah.
playoff runs. So I mean, the priority for them is try to get that offensive line intact and keep that guy healthy for 17 games and maybe more.
Yeah. So what do you do in a situation like that, Neil, where you got a guy like Joe Burrow, when he's healthy, what he can do for you, but so many times now in his young career, like you said, he's just been hurt time and time again. How does a team um plan around that? How does the team prepare to continue to contend? Looking at what's next in the offseason. How do you attack the offseason when you got a guy that's showing, you went and you put you got Alex Kappa a couple 2 years ago to help fortify the right side. You picked up some other guys to build that line, and he's still getting hurt. It seems like multiple times a year. I know football is one of those sports where guys play hurt all the time, but what do you do with a quarterback that's supposed to be a franchise, but you can't keep him healthy?
Well, first of all, you gotta, like I said, do the best to invest in the offensive line. But I mean, you got to invest in a backup quarterback. At that point too. You got to have one of the best. Nick Foles came in and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Dobbs is looking like he's in line to be one of the best backup quarterbacks. A guy can come in if your quarterback gets hurt and keep you afloat. So I mean, obviously you keep him because you keep a guy like Burrow because the potential that he brings to your team when healthy. But if it's going to be a situation where you know more times than not, your quarterback doesn't make it towards the end of the season, you got to make sure you got a better backup than an undrafted
right.
quarterback.
Nah, I mean,
There's enough talent out there, to have a decent backup quarterback.
yeah. Now, I mean, I had to ask you, man. I know it was a little, it was, we hadn't really discussed it, but I'm curious because I think about that stuff all the time. Right, you got guys time and time again, but like you said, the backup quarterback is a very important
Yeah.
position, especially in the
It's
league.
it's slept on, but like,
Yeah,
when if you got somebody like Lamar's missed the last how many postseasons for the Ravens, and then you throw somebody in who, you just know you don't have a chance,
yeah,
winning. Uh, at least like nobody really expected Nick Foles to go on that run, but I mean he was a starter, had a successful season before in his career, so there's a little bit of a trust factor that he can come in and step in if you got a playoff roster that he can help you try to make a playoff run and you're not dead in the water after your quarterback goes down.
yeah. So the Cincinnati Bengals, man, if y'all listening to this, get you a good backup. Jameis Winston, trade for him. You can't now, but I mean, Colin Kaepernick out there or something. I don't know who they're gonna go after. Uh, I doubt they run for it at this point. I mean, Colin Kaepernick's not gonna help their team. Let me just put that out there. That's just me
Yeah.
talking. But excuse me, whether it's in the draft, like getting somebody in the late fourth to fifth round, something, because right now is we having trouble protecting Joe Burrow, and that team has so much potential, but Joe Burrow obviously rise them to another level. So hopefully Joe Burrow and Mark Andrews get back very soon, get healthy. If Mark Andrews could come back, that'd be great for my Ravens. We could use that. On the other side, man, we talked about some teams that are up, talk about a little bit of down, but the team that is really, really down now. We talk about them every week. Them Chargers, man, they're officially we can officially place them in the category of mid, right? They are just there. That's where they are to stay. Another loss for the Chargers and Justin Herbert, a 23-20 loss to the Green Bay Packers this time. A team that you were never high on them. I tried to push the Jordan Love agenda and I quickly jumped off the train. Packers lose Aaron Jones in that game early, yet still find a way to win. Is it time for Brandon Staley to go now?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, 100%. It's funny because this was a guy, he got the job because he was known for defense, but Chargers, been one of the worst defensive teams, last couple of years. They let Jordan Love get his first 300-yard passing game. So, defensively, they're not good. And honestly, this team reminds me a lot of like those 8-8 Cowboy teams where they went 8-8 3 straight years. They remind me a lot of those teams. You had Tony Romo, Dez, solid running back in there. You got Keenan Allen, Herbert, Austin Eckler.
Yeah,
You got a
you
big
got
three on
guys.
offense,
You
and
got guys.
you just find a way to not get it done. Like the way they lose games, is very reminiscent of it too. They just find a way to lose. Like they're the AFC version of what Stephen A says, an accident waiting to happen, because they've had a lot of leads, in these fourth quarters. I mean, 5 of their 6 losses have been by a field goal or less. So like, they're in all of these games and just critical mistakes. You got the pass interference, offensive line collapses, Herbert can't get a pass off, drop passes. It's just
Yeah.
something always goes wrong in the fourth quarter and they just can't get it done. So I mean, obviously you've got a bunch of talent on both sides of the ball, and it's just not working. So obviously they need a new voice, a new direction with that team. Um, I don't know how Staley's lasted this long this
Exactly.
season, but you know I'd be really surprised if he got one more year, let alone a couple more games.
Yeah. No, I mean, we've been saying it. Somebody was going to get fired out there, and it's got to start with Staley. I mean, we see teams. You hit it on the head. Sometimes you just need another voice. I mean, you think about the Raiders. They won what, 3 straight since
No, they
they
just
lose.
lost to the Dolphins.
Okay, yeah. So this was their first loss,
Yeah,
and then like they was like, oh, okay. I mean, they don't have a quarterback, whatever, but like you can tell that whole team, they just are a different team with a new voice. And I mean, you rather be early to the release party for these coaches than late. It's easy to you fire them now, you put in the guy that you already got in house, see what you got in house. You know what I'm saying? If it's nothing, boom. it's going to be an attractive job. You got a quarterback, you got Keenan Allen, you got Austin Eckler, you got big name guys on defense. So it's not like the Chargers can't go get a good coach
Yeah,
if
in
they.
LA.
I mean, it's a perfect destination for a coach, and it's a team that, like you said, they might just need a quick attitude change at the head coaching position. Staley, he's lost them their fair share of games with questionable decision making. His like you said, he was supposed to be a defensive mind. He came in, built a strong defense with guys, and then injuries, sure, but I mean, speaking of injuries, I mean, Bosa just got hurt too. So like, it's that time. You just, it's burning. So just get him out of there. Put a fresh face in there and see what can happen towards the end of the season. If not, just gear up for next year's draft and free agency, because you'll have a chance to get some guys. So I mean, on the other side of that though, I mean, shout out to Green Bay for getting the win. Jordan Love and the boys, you making me look good at least once. His first 300 passing yard game for the Green Bay Packers. Nell is unfazed by Jordan Love. You still not on the Jordan Love train?
I mean,
Come on.
what am I getting on for?
300-yard game, touchdown.
Against the Chargers?
I mean, that's fair. You need a quarterback. We need something now. We gotta get you another team that you're rooting for out here, like me.
And it damn sure will never be Green Bay. You can just
You
cut
got
that out.
you got a lot of pain there. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. It's a lot of scars, like a lot of
Mm.
wounds you opening up right now. So
Well,
let's
I
just move
forgot.
on.
We're gonna move on. I got you, man. We got the AFC. What is that? South? Houston
Yeah, yeah.
Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. There's one more team in there I'm not thinking of right now. The
Colts.
Colts. Yep. Who do you trust more to win the division at the top now? We got the Houston Texans. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars. They face off this week now. One, who do you got winning this matchup? And two, who do you trust more to win the division?
I'm gonna take the Texans in this one. I think, and obviously, I think I trust they would. If they win this one, they would sweep Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I think they would have very good chances. Both schedules are pretty similar. I think they have a very good chance to going on and winning the division. I think I trust them a little bit more than Jacksonville right now. Trevor Lawrence is coming off a great game last week, but something about the Jaguars that just I don't know, just you never really trust them or feel like they're on that next level. Um, got They just looked like they didn't belong on the field against the 49ers. They already got blown out by Houston, on their home turf. Trevor Lawrence only has 11 touchdown passes on the year, so like something we thought he was that next quarterback that was going to take a leap and step and throw himself into maybe a franchise MVP conversation, but he hasn't seemed to do that in Jacksonville. They only convert 35% of third downs. Like that's just not going to get it done. So CJ Stroud, he especially the last couple of weeks, he's pretty much been playing top 10, football at his position. He's been that good lately. And not a lot of crazy guys around him, but Tank Dell, Nico Collins, they've been putting in work, and him and D'Amico Ryans have really changed his franchise around this year quicker than anybody would have saw. I think all that energy that they have going on in that organization right now, I think they got a lot of momentum, and I think they're going to keep it up the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting really exciting out there, and I think CJ Stroud's getting more and more comfortable every single week. I hate to say it, I feel like that Bucks game really showed him something about how how he can operate as a quarterback in this league. His confidence through the roof. What? So I've been listening to that Drake. You heard that? I've been listening to that Drake. His confidence is
Who
through the roof.
hasn't been listening to that Drake?
Yeah, if you haven't, you're not doing the right things, man. But he's elevating that team. Tank Dell looks great. Nico Collins, I said earlier, if Nico Collins could be a legitimate number one for them, then I mean that would do something for that team. And so far, I mean, he's looking pretty good. That whole core is looking good. Devin Singletary, I mean, I don't know when he became a bell cow, but they giving him the ball 20 plus times a night. And he's holding it down. The defense looks good. They got Petrie over there that looks really good. Stingley Jr. Will Anderson's kind of figuring it all out. And Texas, they just got a lot of really good momentum. And I'm right with you. I think, especially if they win this week against Jacksonville, even with Trevor Lawrence coming off his best game of the season, they don't really play anybody else. They got I think the Titans a couple times, or Titans maybe once. They got the Colts again, and they might sneak in. And even though it's not their time yet, if they, I mean, you never know. Once it gets to the playoffs, any given Sunday, I mean, it's any given Sunday any week, but really playoff time, you mess up one time, and we looking at CJ Stroud moving on in the AFC playoffs as a rookie. And that's I mean that's admirable, and that's hard for me to say during this week specifically with my Michigan guys going against Ohio State, giving Ohio State quarterback all this love. But I mean, I give credit where it's due. I like CJ Stroud. He holding it down for my fantasy teams as well. So shout out to CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryans. I don't see Jacksonville. They just don't have that like pop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Texans are kind of excited. You look at Stroud throw a bad pick and then he just throw a crazy bomb. It's like, whoa, like that was elite. So and that's
Yeah,
why they
he
draft
you
that
can
guy.
see he's got a bit of it factor to him.
Yeah, he's got something that can elevate him, and I think that's another good quarterback going over there out in the AFC. That's going to make that race a lot more fun to watch as we proceed in his career. So, I mean, it makes me feel good that he did that to my Bucks, but he's still doing it. I would have been more sick if he beat us like that and then fell off the cliff. So, shout out to them, even though they lost to the Panthers, which is crazy. Um, but hey,
Yes.
that's neither here nor there. We are in the week of Thanksgiving now. That means Thanksgiving football. Nell already told y'all earlier he would like to watch football Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday included if he could. And now the NFL is giving you exactly what you want, man. You got 3 games
Are
on Thursday.
they?
You got, including your boys, you got 3 games on Thanksgiving. You get Green Bay and Detroit, Dallas versus the Commanders, and you get the Niners and the Seahawks. Not just 3 games, you get 3 divisional games that matter a lot for seeding in the division. Granted, Commanders not that great, but y'all can't lose any games. Green Bay coming off a big win. Detroit is becoming that hot team again. Everybody wants to watch Detroit. They came back and saved themselves after last Sunday. Then you got the Niners who are at full strength coming off a win against my Buccaneers versus the Seahawks who might be without Kenneth Walker, might not. We'll see. But go ahead, man. Preview these games. What are you looking forward to in each of these games now?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to football and Thanksgiving and all that, but I mean, can the NFL can they give me some better games? What's the deal with these
You don't want to
games
see
just not
the Packers and the Lions gonna play. We know y'all gonna play.
the Packers don't got to be there.
That's true. Usually, I mean, I'm used to being y'all in the Lions,
Yeah, I mean,
but
and
you
the
said it.
Lions is
You
good
you
for
said it.
once.
You want football. You want more football. The people want more football.
I mean, I'm thankful that they gave Dallas like a kind of like a gimme divisional game because Lord knows, I need my peace and sanity on Thanksgiving. I remember when the Eagles beat us on Thanksgiving, I literally couldn't eat. That shit ruined Thanksgiving for me. So I
You
can't
almost knocked over the whole spread.
I didn't even get to food. I was just I'm not coming to dinner. I'm cool. Lost to Mark Sanchez on Thanksgiving. I was disgusted. I couldn't stomach any food. So I'm thankful, that we can have a nice easy opponent that we should win and I can enjoy my food in peace. But I mean, Niners and Rams is a solid matchup if Geno Smith plays. But by 8 o'clock, I'm gonna have the itis. I'm gonna just be
You definitely sleep.
just yeah, I'm
You
slumped.
you either sleep or you waking up to get that next jump.
Yeah.
You're not
So
paying much attention to that one.
you probably got the most eyes on football that day other than the Super Bowl. And
Yeah, definitely.
you giving out some mid matchups.
Let me
That's
pull up
just
the schedule. What other games are even on? Let's see. That
like
Sunday. Are there any good
that's
games
kind of
that
crazy.
they could have
Nah,
flexed?
I mean, Bills and Eagles, that's the only
I
other
mean, you ain't
solid
gonna
matchup.
can't make the Eagles play back to back like that. Eh,
Yeah, that would be drawing. I mean, look, man.
hey, at least they
Like I said,
avoided
I'm selfish.
Bengals. That Steelers Bengals could have been ugly. They would have put that on in the current state.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I
that would
mean,
have been an ugly game even before Burrow. Like, I ain't trying
yeah,
to watch Kenny Pickett on my
that's
holiday,
all.
man.
Hey, the NFL just they get to week 12, man, and they just said, Thanksgiving, we can play anybody. They're gonna watch it. That's what it is.
Chiefs Eagles Thanksgiving would have been a banger,
That'd have been tough. Even if they
banger.
should have pushed the Ravens and Bengals joint to this week and the Eagles and Chiefs joint to this week and just had them back to back on Thursday. That would have been tough on Thanksgiving. Joe Burrow would still have a wrist. Mark Andrews might still have a damn ankle,
Could have
man.
given you could have given me Lions and Eagles. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Everybody knew the
I feel
Lions
like
was
they
gonna
should
be
be able to
nice
flex
this
the
year.
Thanksgivings. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, we it's something decent. And then look what they said for you now. They said Nell love football. Boom, Black Friday game, Dolphins versus Jets. Now, I mean, they're giving you what you asked for. Nell said he wants football every day of the
I
week.
appreciate that. I ain't gonna lie,
Now
I
you got
appreciate that.
so I mean
It's
that
not gonna be a
ain't
good
much to look forward
game.
to in that game either. I mean, Tim Boyle. Uh, we talk
But I
about
mean,
guys.
look, if everybody was healthy, that's a
That's a
solid
banger,
game. So I
right?
can't
Right.
like ain't
I'm just
like
saying this
it
actually.
don't matter who was there for the Commanders or not. Like ain't nobody really trying to see Cowboys Commanders. I mean, except me. Like yeah, I'm gonna see it, but it
Do
ain't a
y'all
must
think that one
watch.
close at all? Is that one close?
I mean, you never know with us,
How
but
do Commanders traditionally play y'all?
I mean,
I know they play the Eagles
it's
tough.
been a cakewalk last couple of years. I
Have y'all played
mean,
them?
no, we haven't played them yet.
Well,
Sam Howell, most sacked quarterback in the league. So I see Micah Eaton. I mean, look, we've been blowing bad teams out for most part this
that
year.
too.
So
Y'all been handling business. So I
I trust
mean,
them for this week until proven otherwise.
yeah, I mean, so we got some good games on Thanksgiving nonetheless.
I mean,
Detroit game.
you know who gonna win all these games. Like
Yeah, Detroit
it's gonna
should
be the Niners, Cowboys, and
in
Lions.
Detroit.
Like
Yeah. So I mean, hey,
if we get an
Nelly
upset, that's a solid holiday. But I
charge it
mean,
to the
hopefully the
dude,
upset isn't
man.
at the 4 o'clock game. Say the upsets for 1 o'clock and 8. But
Are you bringing back the charge to the dual segment with that one? Are
no,
you,
I am not.
are you saying Detroit money?
I want all peace and sanity
Cowboys money line? Yes, people, please keep your money on
for
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. I
Enjoy
want
your
all peace and
family.
sanity.
Enjoy your families, man. Don't be all.
I don't want people at the dinner table pissed because they needed 5 more yards and they
Yeah,
wanted
man.
to stand on the sideline and now they don't want to
Look,
eat their food.
yeah,
So
nah.
I'm
Take it
just
from there, man. Just chill on that. If your team
yeah.
not playing, keep your money out of it as well. Just enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family, get some good food. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy some football. But you prefaced it a little early. The game of the week, we're giving these boys another chance. This is his last chance for me. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles, coming off of their win against another AFC power. The Bills are our team. We said we're in panic mode for it. How much does this game mean for each team, and who do you got winning now?
I'm rocking with the Bills. I'm gonna say the
Wow.
Eagles coming off that huge win in Arrowhead, which probably nobody thought they was gonna win.
I literally,
Well, except you
I said it.
and Eagles fans, but most people probably would have put that as a loss on the schedule. I'm gonna say
Okay.
they come off of that. I'm gonna say Josh Allen catches them slipping. He
I
heard you
mean, he said
talking.
he said he
He
said
heard you
I'm
saying
back.
Jameis Winston was better than him. So
That's what
like
I said. See, that's not what I said.
on the same level.
I said if Jameis did what he was doing, you see what happened to Jameis.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm gonna say Diggs wouldn't have dropped that pass. So I'm gonna say Josh Allen and Diggs connect on a couple deep ones.
Okay.
And I mean they pull off the upset.
All right.
Or the Eagles just do what they've been doing and keep winning and 10-1. But
And then we hear about it again.
yeah, but
Philly fans, we gotta
I'm
stop
rocking
doing
with
that
the
to us,
Bills.
man. Philly fans, let's stop doing that to us, man. A lot of people they always giving us a bunch of crap. Like the Eagles don't get no love. That stop doing that to the world. We nobody ever said y'all not good. Nobody's saying that we don't want y'all to succeed. Nell doesn't want y'all to succeed. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But
I don't want them to succeed. I like
a
when the
lot of
city is
Eagles
sad.
fans have been pulling the victim card all year, like they getting bullied by fans for winning, and it's bad. I'm gonna stay with the Eagles though. I told you I'm done with Josh Allen. If he win this game, I'll be happy. I would love to see him win it. You know, they won their little cakewalk this past weekend, and he's like, I'm back. You know, whatever. So we'll
Sometimes
see.
that's all you need.
I
It's
mean,
a
yeah, you're right. I
couple
mean,
cakewalks to get you back in rhythm.
it's a rhythm game. You know, when you're clicking, you're clicking. So it'll be a fun one though. But I think I like the Eagles in similar fashion to this week. I think I see like a 21-17. I think the Eagles will be able to control the clock. Josh Allen, once again, kind of similar to Pat Mahomes. He's gonna be a little
So
more
it's going to be the same exact score from
yeah,
Monday's game. Okay.
that's what I said.
All right.
You don't think so?
Probably not.
I
I
mean,
got
probably
Bills. I got Bills 28, 28, 20, 24,
2024. I mean, that's good.
28,
I,
24.
hey, it's a 4 point game either way. So I don't care.
I'm going to up the scoring. You feel me?
No, that
Up in
just
the scoring.
each team will score one more touchdown. I got you. I appreciate it, man. I mean,
No.
it'll be fun to watch. Nevertheless, I mean, wish it was on Thanksgiving. You know, we could watch that over at least one of these games, but it'll be a fun one on Sunday. That's the big game of the week that we're going to be following. Um, if the Bills win, no, how do you see them winning? You think Josh is a game where Josh Allen takes over, running the ball?
Josh and Diggs connect for like 150,
Mm,
3 touchdowns. One
mm.
of them type games. Yeah.
All right, Philly fans, y'all heard him say it. I asked. He
Yeah.
said he is crazy. Hearing that with the Sixers jersey, I mean the Sixers hoodie on. It's
I'm
they
a
gonna they gonna
Benedict Arnold to my
they
city.
they gonna come look for you like they was looking for Kelly
Nah, I
Oubre.
just don't like green. That's all. Like I rock
Oh,
with any Philly team that's red and blue, but that
okay,
green shit is weird.
I got you. Is that like a
Yeah.
Philly thing? It's
It's a
Philly
me
like
thing.
oh, okay.
Are you
Mm.
talking about the colors?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I mean, it should be. That's kind of what I figured. But then
Right.
you got this team that wears green and black, and it's like the fuck.
Got you. Okay.
Excuse my language.
No, I mean
Yeah.
we ain't get a we not monetized. YouTube, they ain't never gonna monetize us. I don't care. We don't need your money. But
But yeah,
I mean, hey, that's a fair assumption. I mean, I think that'll be a fun game. We could go either way. Josh Allen, I hope you prove me wrong, man. I know my boy Coach Rudy, he be watching sometimes and he'd be like, hey, Keith, my boy, you be doing my bills dirty. So I apologize. But we're gonna move on into our pick 'em. Now,
ooh,
unfortunately, I'm gonna give you some time to look around. I'm
yeah,
gonna give you some time to look.
please.
I unfortunately let you back into the lead because I
Cause
picked the mid.
I'm that guy.
You went with an easy team. I went with a more middle ground, and I got a middle ground response.
Pick the most
Chargers
50-50 team in the league.
I did. Unfortunately, I picked the Chargers to beat the Packers, and they did not. I'm now 7-4. Nell picked the Bills to beat the Jets. Easy. I mean, I can't knock him for being smart. He's trying to get the win out of this thing. So now he's 8-3. Now I'm gonna tell you your list of teams you can't use again because I know you might have forgot.
Thank you.
You cannot use the Commanders, the Colts,
Gotcha.
the Ravens, Cowboys, Lions, Raiders, Dolphins, Eagles, Titans, or Bills. You use everybody else though, if you even remember all those teams. How would you just pick a team and I'll tell you if you use them already?
Steelers.
There's no way. You've never used the Steelers. You're picking the Steelers?
Hell no, bro. That'll be the game they lose too. I'm cool. Oh,
Hey man, it's some good. I know
not
you can pick the
really.
Bucks, man. Go ahead, pick them Bucks.
I picked the Chiefs.
You have never used the Chiefs.
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap that up real quick. Let's go ahead and wrap up a nice little get a
Easy win.
couple
You gonna go
game lead on you. Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs.
That's smart. Don't let me catch up. See that's what I do. I start playing with my food. Once I have you,
Yeah.
I'm good. I wanna get a little
Yeah, you be
greedy.
trying to show off. I'm cool. I'm cruising the rest of the season. It's gonna be a dub, baby.
Let me see how I'm looking. See, I was gonna go with my Ravens, man, but because they're going against the Chargers, baby. Just my luck. Just my luck. That them boys try to pull it out. Oh man. This is a tough one for me. Cause I gotta see who I've used. Jags, Bills, Niners, Vikings, Texans, Bucks.
Hey, Colts got them a nice easy one this week.
Nice. Chiefs, Saints, Cowboys, Chargers. See, bro, you always trying to be funny.
Colts,
You always trying to be
Colts
funny.
got them an easy one this week. Why don't you grab them?
And I'm gonna go with the Thanksgiving game, man. I'm going with the Detroit Lions over the Packers, man. I'm gonna go with the Packers 2 weeks in a row to lose. If they win again, I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna try to get back on the right side of the flow, man. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. They heavy favorites, man. 7.5 spread right there, man. So I think they'll take that one pretty comfortably. As long as you know, playing at 12:30 on a Thursday is crazy. As a professional athlete, that has
I
to suck.
mean, Detroit probably used to it.
I mean, on a Thursday though,
Look,
I guess.
hey, we need entertainment, buddy. Get
Yeah,
out there, put them
you're right.
pads on.
So man,
I'm trying
I'm
to eat
trying
my
to get the
food and
comeback.
enjoy
I'm gonna try to
myself.
get the comeback this week now. Uh, Before we end the show, man, with the Thanksgiving theme, I want you to give me what are you most thankful for, sports edition. I give me one thing that you are most thankful for right now, sports edition. Now, 2 for 2 sports edition. What are you most thankful for? Damn,
Cowboys ain't been past the second round since I was born.
it could be Sixers, man. Y'all doing pretty good.
Sixers ain't been past the second round since 2001. What do I really got to be thankful for, if we being honest?
James Harden is no longer Sixer.
You might be up to something. I'm thankful for Nick Nurse for
There you
coming
go.
in,
There you go.
helping change the culture around,
There
getting
you go.
guys to play some real basketball, actually moving, cutting, playing with each other. So I'm thankful for Nick Nurse coming in and saving the Sixers basketball from terrible hoops.
All right. There you go. And I mean, I'm gonna go for my direction, man. I'm gonna thank the Ohio State Buckeyes, man. I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for Ryan Day and what he did to put the spotlight on my Michigan Wolverines. Knowing that this week he will see them on Saturday, he fortunately will not have to look across the sideline and see Jim Harbaugh. And I'm thankful for that because what will happen to them after we beat them without Jim Harbaugh will be the sweetest thing ever. He will get fired. So I'm so thankful for Ryan Day and the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are making my Thanksgiving beautiful because they are going to get abused for what they have done to my Michigan Wolverines this year.
All
And
right,
that's
man. I hope that works out in your favor.
it will. It's gonna work out so beautifully because it's gonna be like when you plotting on something and what I'm saying, when it happened, you gotta really you gotta take care of business. Like this is gonna be no all bets are off. We gonna lock you in the room and we gonna beat the mess out you. And that's what this is gonna be. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I'm rooting for you. I'm
Thank you.
praying for
That's
you. I'm praying for your sanity this weekend.
can you also root for my Buccaneers? If I can get a Bucks Michigan Knicks sweep,
Nah, that's too many trash teams to get a sweep right
uh,
there, right?
that's
Let's
how
let's
this
let's let's slow the
episode.
roll right there, buddy. You might need 2 out of 3 at best. Let's just shoot for two out of
Do we play
three.
the Sixers this week? I'm waiting on that game. Where's that at, man? Where's my phone?
That's
I,
some
let me see what we got. Let me see how many weeks away. We got to start doing a live countdown on the pod for when y'all gonna get that ass whooping.
You ready for a loss? I don't even think you believe that.
Dang, you lucky. We gotta wait till January to get that one.
Yeah, well,
January 5th. Come on now, where you gonna
we'll
be
whoop
at?
y'all ass in the new year.
Where you gonna be at January 5th? That's a Friday in Philly.
Oh, I'll be at the game. That's where I'll be.
ESPN game too. Hey man, if y'all
We
love us,
put
man,
2 for 2 pulling up.
hey, we can do that, bro. That'd be hard. Tickets as low as $63. We gotta sit real good though. We gotta be like in that jump.
I'm on the bench next to Joel.
Yeah, that's where he gonna be
My
all
kid
night.
Cook Mitchell Robinson.
Mitch gonna have that boy in.
Oh,
All right, we're
stop
not
it.
gonna do all that.
Stop it.
We got a whole month to get to that, man. But that's gonna do it for this month. And so, this is our little Thanksgiving episode, a little holiday treat for y'all. Episode 16 now. Another good one. What you got for the people to leave them with?
Enjoy Thanksgiving with your family, man.
For sure.
And enjoy
Everybody,
football.
yeah, we got
And most
football.
importantly, watch them Dallas Cowboys.
I'm sure there will be a lot of people watching that. It's gonna be so ugly at them Thanksgiving dinners. It's gonna be so much nastiness. Cowboys fans being ridiculous, man. But hey, man, in all
What's
seriousness,
Thanksgiving without them boys?
and that's true. It's kind of become synonymous. So I mean, all things, all jokes aside, Thanksgiving, everybody there's something for us all to be thankful for no matter what. Enjoy your time with your family, with your friends, those who do not have family friends to enjoy with, you still have something to be thankful for. And we, wish all y'all a happy Thanksgiving, man, from 2 for 2. That's gonna do it for season 3, episode 16. We out.